So I made a choice early, which was a little controversial because I chose to use steam instead of water-based cleaning, right? So I invested in this very expensive steam machine, which we use to clean the outside and the inside of the vehicles. And I thought it was going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, right? Like, oh, I got steam, there's no one else doing it, but it created more questions. Everyone was like, how do you clean a car with steam? Does it damage the paint? Does it do this? Does it do that? And so I would have to educate them. But then COVID hit. And then all of a sudden, people were like, steam's a natural
sanitization, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Let's jump on that.
And that's when it was like, oh, okay.
Lights went on.
Lights went on.
A sincere thank you to Wellstar North Fulton Medical Center for its sponsorship and for fostering a healthy community where businesses can thrive. We'd also like to thank WYR Detail for its quarterly sponsorship. Listeners can use code BREWSHINE to receive $25 off a full vehicle detail or receive a free interior refresh with any exterior service.
Welcome back to Brew Talks. I'm Steve Stroud, President and CEO of Roswell, Inc. We're the economic development organization here in the city of Roswell.
And I'm Ashley Allen, VP of Operations here at Roswell, Inc. We have a great guest on today who also happens to be our quarterly sponsor. We have Michael with WYR Detail.
Thank you.
Glad to have you with us.
Happy to be here.
That's
excited.
It is exciting.
Yeah, very.
Well, tell us a little bit about WYR.
Well, I think the first thing we should talk about is WYR and why it's WYR.
Why?
Yeah.
So what it stands for is where you are.
Where you are.
Right. So I didn't want, when I was starting the company, it wasn't about, I looked at the landscape, right? And I'm looking at and I come from a background of brand building.
Right.
So it was like, do I want this to be about just car washing? Do I want it to just be about detailing? Or do I want it to be about the most important thing, which is the client, right? So the question is always, who's your best buyer? And so I wanted to focus the business around them. So it was all about where you are. It wasn't about cleaning the car because it's about making it convenient. It's about making your life better,
That's
about
right.
improving the lives of other people. So WYR is where we landed and it stuck and we built a pretty decent brand around it.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about, obviously you're a full detail. You come to where anybody is, right? You come to them and perform the detailing services on cars and vans.
It's been
trucks,
here at our office before.
buses.
It's been in my house before.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. So the business started out mobile, 100%. So we service clients. I was trying to focus the business around a certain a geographic location. I tried to keep it within a few miles of the house, but when I first started, but I kept getting referred. And so we ended up with clients out in Gwinnett. I've been as far north as, I've been north and as far out as Athens.
Oh, wow.
So I've covered a lot of ground. And, you know, of course, if I'm traveling far, I would always want 2, 3, 4 vehicles to make it worth my time.
Yeah, sure.
But in the beginning, it really, some days it was just about working. And in the early days, I always felt like, well, it beat a blank. So if I had 1 car, 2 cars, I would go do it because it was better than sitting around the house doing nothing.
Right.
But no, we focus on, the business is built on 5 pillars, we always say.
Okay.
Convenience, consistency, continuity, quality, and community, right? So our first thing is we want to be convenient to people. And that is what the business is built around. You know, one of the largest expenses that you're going to ever make, one of them, or is the vehicles you buy.
That's right.
And you want to preserve the value in it. But it's not always convenient, right? You've got things to do, you're at work, and it's something else that you have to stop doing to go do. Or what people end up doing is it becomes a secondary thought, like, oh, there's a car wash, let me go get it done.
Let me just run
through it. But what they don't realize is how much damage they're potentially doing to the vehicle.
Right.
I'm not trying to besmirch tunnel car wash. I think
they got their place.
I've used them from time to time.
Yeah, we all have.
However, if you've got a high-end vehicle, I mean, these cars right nowadays, I mean, I bought my son a Mazda and it was $40,000.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so I'm not trying to impart damage on that before So we take care of it, right?
Right.
But if you've got, high-end truck, you've got a high-end car, you want to preserve the value. So it's easier. So we've worked very diligently to create a system and to create a company that makes it convenient and makes it affordable. And I think it's sometimes hard to find, but
and you
we
guys
make it
do
work.
Detailing on the inside, interior detailing as well, that you're not going to get at a tunnel, car wash, right? And
yeah, 100%.
if you got kids like I do,
right,
need a little extra scrub.
Yeah, it needs some love. And as a mom who works full time, I don't have the time to clean it like you guys are going to, even if I knew how.
I've got 2 kids. Thank God they're older, but nothing has changed. Right? Somehow they still make a mess, and you go, "Where did it come from?"
Yeah.
We would, kids. It was just this kid funk we used to call it, right?
Kid
My
funk.
wife and I called it kid funk, and it's just. But you're right. As an active parent, you've got so much to do. It's something that you don't get a chance to do, and unfortunately, and I don't mean to sound gross, but when you really think about it, and I think COVID made it painfully obvious to a lot of our clients. So I made a choice early, which was a little controversial because I chose to use steam instead of water-based cleaning. Right? So I invested in this very expensive steam machine, which we use to clean the outside and the inside of the vehicles. And I thought it was going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, right? Like, oh, I got steam, there's no one else doing it, but it created more questions. Everyone was like, how do you clean a car with steam? Does it damage the paint? Does it do this? Does it do that? And so I would have to educate them. But then COVID hit. And then all of a sudden, people were like, steam's a natural
sanitization, right?
Yeah.
100%.
Let's jump on that.
And that's when it was like, oh, okay.
Lights went on.
Lights went on. And then people were open to, my thing was always pathogen suppression. Right? Mm-hmm. Like if we're exposed as people, we're exposed to, I think it's something like 30, 40, 50,000 different pathogens every day.
Yeah.
And your immune system deals with it.
Right.
Most of the time, you're fine. So if you can reduce the number of pathogens you're exposed to on a daily basis.
That's right.
Then you have more capacity to deal with a more aggressive one, like the flu. We're in flu season right now. Sure. Or like COVID or something else. So it's important to have your cars cleaned regularly, especially if you have children, because there's all sorts of stuff.
They're bringing stuff in. We talk about it all the time.
I'm always like, where'd this come from, guys? They're too little. And they're just like, I think I did it, but I don't know what it is. I'm like, great. Kid funk. I'm now going to steal that.
Right. So, and then you don't know who they're around, especially if they're in daycare or school. That stuff. I used to get sick all the time, my kids would come home with the sniffles, and I'd be laid out with the flu or something. I'm a slight promotion. Oil of oregano saved my life, but I'm not going to say any more about that.
Okay. Good.
But definitely, the steam really made a huge difference because you're riding around in the car. You want to make sure it's clean. You want to make sure it's sanitized. You don't know what you're stepping in, what you're walking in. You carry that in your car. You spend hours in the car. You're eating. You touch this. And it's like
you're touching things on your steering wheel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
And no disrespect. One thing that women need to watch out for is that because I get a lot of it, you all put makeup on in the house, it's still on your hands.
Yeah.
So then you get in the car and then it starts caking up on the steering wheel, starts caking up on the shift lever, and you don't see it until it's too late.
Yeah.
So that needs to be clear.
Tell us, I remember the call. You were trying to do build out in your permanent space up here in Roswell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember 2 years ago.
You were awesome. Like I gotta say, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No.
But listen, I gotta say, I've never had someone that was really so open and receptive because you were on vacation at the time.
I was in New York.
But you took the call and you helped out. So I really want to say we really appreciate it.
We talked about something we have in common is entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. And I always say entrepreneurs in Roswell, in the world, don't sleep. And part of it is that we naturally want to take care of people and do our job. And, you as an entrepreneur had an issue. We got to get it figured out, right?
Yeah.
Now, I can't always do that. Sometimes I'm far away and Ashley's good about
calls now.
She takes the calls. But
we always say, small business especially doesn't work on a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. No. So our team is as available as we can be because that's really when everything happens, right?
Yeah,
that's when people need the assistance or finally have a chance to sit down, even running the mobile thing, right? Monday through Friday.
Email.
And on a Saturday or whatever it is, you're like, all right, I got to get going on this next venture.
Somebody.
So that's just.
So how did you pick Roswell?
So I had a friend that was living in Roswell, and Roswell had great school systems.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. And that's really what it was the impetus for moving to Roswell, was to get the kids into a great school system. And then I've been here, I think, 10 years now.
Oh, wow.
10, 12 years, 10
That's
years,
awesome.
something like that. No, wait a minute.
Longer than that now.
10, it might, somewhere in there. But I love Roswell. I mean, I've fallen, and I'm not saying that because I'm here on this podcast.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that.
But I am saying I really do love Roswell.
It's your space.
It's close enough to the city, but far enough away, and it's still very metropolitan. So, you don't feel like you're in the suburbs or out in the sticks. It's a really great city. It's
a great thing.
Yeah.
So talk to us about your business model. Obviously, you've got a location. Can people bring their car to your location?
100%.
Okay.
Right? So that's why I was very careful before to say
right.
we were 100% mobile
right.
in the past. Now we are mobile, and we have the brick and mortar shop. So we've got 3 bays where we do everything from ceramic coating. So we do all of the work, right?
Oh, wow.
High-end ceramic coating, paint correction, polishing, paint protection film, color change wraps, wraps for marketing for the vans, which, the Roswell.
Yeah.
The Roswell van
needs
needs a little love.
Yeah.
We
might know a guy.
We know a guy.
But yeah, so, and then we do all the other things. So, and we do everything from a simple exterior car wash, on up to all the high-end jobs. Our thing is, again, it's not about us, right? It's about being of value to the client. And that is also where the branding really comes into play with where you are, which is the brand, but now we're also starting to grow into some other verticals as well. So, we've got a commercial cleaning service as well, which is WYR Cleaning Plus.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to continue to branch out. And then I'm also very technology forward. So we're introducing artificial intelligence into what we do to help with planning, routing, scheduling,
that makes
keeping
sense.
up with communication,
Yeah.
and also developing some new software that'll be proprietary for us so that we can provide even more value and be more convenient for our clients. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Well, next episode.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting too, because obviously you picked Roswell, and Roswell being the leader in the metro area for new car sales. And where you're located, you're right around the corner from all these dealers, right? I mean, you couldn't have been in a picked magic spot any better.
You ever wonder if, the universe loves you so?
Yeah.
The universe just loves, because it wasn't a thought, it wasn't a plan. It was just,
it just happened.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Which is
which
awesome.
is, again, you're in a good spot. So you're
Roswell's
right off Howe's Way,
choice.
which is right in the thick of it.
Listen, and that was another one I had looked in that location when I was looking for a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
And there was none available. So I kept looking. And then one day I called Heather, and Heather was like, hey, listen, I went over here. They didn't have anything. I went over to this spot. Hey, just drive down and see if there's anything. And she drove down by Roswell Bike Shop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there happened to be a for lease sign on the door. And
wow.
It was just like, whoa.
Meant to be.
It was meant to be. And then the relationship with Kim Cook, who owns that property, is phenomenal.
That's great.
Right. You couldn't ask for a better landlord.
Well, you're in a great spot. So tell us, what's the best way for somebody? I know you got a great presence and you can book stuff online. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
The most expeditious way is probably online. Right? Is to go to our website, book online. You can also download our app, so you can have it on your phone. It's available in the App Store and the Google Play Store. And then you can book directly through there. And then the next thing just call.
Yeah.
You can always call.
Phones work, right?
Phones work.
Yeah. And the website's just WYRDetail.com?
WYR Detail.
And then same for the app, right?
Same for the app.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, and I think one of the things that, I want to make sure we highlight to a lot of our listeners, because a lot of them have businesses. You guys go out and take care of multiple employees on one day and knock it out for them.
We've got a few clients that we service in that way. And it's really a great perk for the business if they want to provide it as a perk to the employees. And we'll go out once a month, sometimes once every couple of months, depending on what services they want to provide. But it's a great perk for businesses. And the beautiful part, and this has always worked in our favor, using the steam as a cleaning methodology, we use less water.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
So what ends up happening is in many parking lots and for businesses, they don't want big puddles of water. They don't want to create a splash hazard. Now that it's cold outside, they don't want to create a slip hazard, right?
Sure.
But we can clean an entire vehicle with less than 5 gallons of water.
Wow.
That's
because I didn't even think about that. But thinking back to other mobile detail companies that I've seen, there's always just that stream of water flowing through the neighborhood or the parking lot or wherever it is. So that's awesome.
100%. And that was, we had to overcome some challenges when I first started the business, because we were located in Cobb County. And I called to get the business license, and Cobb said, "Oh, we don't issue business licenses to mobile detailers." And I was like, "Why?" Well, because of the runoff and the pollution. I'm like, well, we don't create runoff. They were like, yeah, everybody says that. Then they're out there with I'm like, listen, can I come down and show you?
Yeah.
So packed up the machine, went down there, and he looked at me, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He said, "You really don't create runoff." I said, "Exactly.
That's the idea." Yeah.
So he's like, so they issued the business license. And that's exactly. So for businesses, we're great. It's a great service because we're sanitizing the inside of the vehicle. We don't create the slip hazard. We don't create the splash hazard.
Yep.
And then and this was the other side of it, was the environmental impact. It's something that's very important to me, is that we try to keep our chemical footprint as small as possible. And then by not creating runoff, we don't have any of those chemicals running off into the Chattahoochee and polluting the natural.
Which is awesome. That is, well, and we all should be more environmentally friendly and more concerned, because what we're trying to do is leave it for my grandkids to be better, right? And so
100%.
we forget how much little things make a difference, and little things add up to bigger things. So kudos to you, because you're in a city that believes in that and has believed in that for their businesses and their residents. So kudos
I
for
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. One of the things we want to be neglect if we don't say is make sure that you follow us on after the podcast, because there'll be a QR code that comes out that gives a little special love to folks that.
That's right. Awesome. There's a discount code right now. So it's Brew Shine, but if you don't get a chance to see it here, there's a follow-up post that goes up every Friday. So that way, if someone hasn't tried you guys out yet, or just wants to get you back out a little sooner, they can get that. And
don't be afraid of the weather. This is a good time to get your car cleaned, right?
It's the best time to get your car cleaned. Listen, after all that salt and brine they put down on the road,
you want to get that knocked off.
You've got to get that off, because it is slowly. You just said it. It's the little things that add up.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like anything,
but pretty soon,
over time, the wheels start pitting. The wax gets taken off the car, and now you got problems. And then when you go to trade the car in, that confidence is lost.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's all the dealers are looking for, is for you not to be confident about your trade.
Now it's time. Well, thank you for joining us. Thanks for being our quarterly sponsor and jumping on this. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys, too. So we were happy to do it. And thank you for having us.
Absolutely. We always say it's a great day to do business in Roswell. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.